Hello, boys, babes, and all of you beans in between. Welcome back. We are on the front of my lovely little boat, and guess what? We have been busy. There are a couple of things I wanted to get done that unfortunately have not been gotten done, but, oh, that is a sentence. But we have done some things, and some of those things include, we got sugarcane. We went on an obnoxious little adventure all the way over to the ocean because I had done a couple loops around the mangroves around here. It just was not showing up. I wasn't able to spot it. It was hard to see in general. So unfortunately, I ended up taking a quick trip back to the ocean, which is near where we spawned. And I have obtained a couple of those. Now, the even best news ever with all of this lovely sugarcane is I have continued the cow population, which means we can make a book. Which means I am not realizing I don't think I got a single piece of leather when I killed a bunch of these guys. But which means once we have leather, we can make an enchanting table. Why do I say this? Because I spent time earlier getting ourselves a bunch of obsidian. Enough so that I can make an enchanting table as well as a portal to the nether. However, I have no plans to go to the nether quite yet. Just out of the sake of, I don't wanna. Yep, that's about it. I don't want to go yet. I'm scared. It's spooky, and we don't have good armor, so we're not going yet. But we are gonna keep on growing our goodies, getting the cows. Try to figure out if I did or did not have leather. I could have sworn they dropped leather, but I don't know. I had to get them out of the hole because they were just getting too stuffed up in there, and that makes it a little easier to access them. But, once again, I have been a busy bee. We now have quite a few more diamonds, as well as this amount of obsidian, which is good. This is good. This is good. Oh, I do have leather! Great. So that is profoundly helpful. Let's actually cook that beef so we have that for later. I have been also very grateful to these roots for existing. I usually hate them, but them being a fuel source has saved me so much time. But we are heading in the direction of so much productivity to the point that we are going to try and... Whoop, I need to go this way. Try and build really quickly a little bitty mob farm over here. Now, the mob farm design we are using is not a terribly complicated one. It is essentially a 8x9, 3 or 4 stacked areas that, for the most part, is just a dark little space. It should only spawn skeletons, zombies, creepers, spiders, and witches, if I understand correctly. And the entire structure of it is that water is placed on one of the sides that's 8 wide, and it pushes them off into another side that then pushes them into a collection pit where they are falling onto campfires, and it should be entirely automated. And so the design initially calls for it to have 4 or 5 layers. I think we're only gonna do 2, just for the justification of I don't really need that much, and this will be perpetually loaded if I am in this area working. And as I do plan to actually live here and stay here and make this my primary starting space, we'll be focusing on this area as our location. So this little spot should be good for it, and then I can come back and decorate it or cover it up with something later. But I have plenty of deep slate, which I can at least turn the cobbled deep slate into nice bricks, which will look so much better than just cobblestone. So I think that will be the choice we are making with that. Actually, I've made more storage space. I'm not using all the storage space, but I made more storage space. But this should be enough deep slate to get us onto the beginning parts of this without it being too terribly complicated. So I'm going to try and knock out getting that puppy built just so we can have a fishing rod. I know we've got the cows now, but the fishing rod is also going to be in general a great way to get XP and also get a bow, because at this point we need a bow. It's going to be our best method of protection. I almost died multiple times to mogs, whatever the little green skeletons are. I forgot the name of them, but there were a couple of them out there when I was on my adventure, and due to just the way that the lighting is out here, they don't despawn. It's just so easy for them to hide from the sun when it gets dark out. So we had quite a couple of them trying to snipe us from out and about. So I am going to focus on getting that mob farm built so that we can get things done. And hopefully it doesn't take you too long. So I'm going to get that knocked out, and I'll bring y'all back as soon as we're done. Okay, we're like 80% of the way done with this monstrosity, but I am going to go ahead and share that this design specifically is from Lazen Farms. This is their simple and efficient mob farm, 1,500 plus drops per hour. I have not built it to the full maximum capability of it. I have built it to the best of my justifiable capability. We've had to go get more blocks in this process. I have also apparently, oh dear, already messed up some portions of this. Hold on. I need that block to come back to me. So we're gonna make the water flow. The torch back. Should fix that problem. But what needs to happen is I need to So there's this thing up here with these signs, and it's meant to like keep spiders from sticking to the ceiling, I think. So I need to come up here, and by quick glance at this, I need to place water, I think. But we've gotten here. Once this portion is done, though, I do then need to install the timer for this, which is involving a boat going around in circles and pushing on pressure plates. So in all honesty, pretty simple design given the controlled environment we're in. The other option could be I could just kind of disregard it and do a hopper clock. However, I lack the resources to make a hopper clock at the moment due to not having comparators. And now I'm out again. No. But we are getting very close to having this done, thankfully. The worst news right now is I am currently trapped up here. I don't have, actually no, I made a way up. I'm not a fool. I put ladders on here. I forgot I put ladders on here. Great. This is great. Everything's perfect. There we go. I have to do this a couple times. Joy. But yes, so we've been working on this. You can tell time has passed because the sugarcane's fully grown. And I haven't harvested any of the wheat. But I had to go mining some more because I ran out of deep slate, and I was not going to do this with a mix of deep slate and cobble. I have too much self-respect. Ah, no. Do I really have to manually? I do. I hate water physics in this game. Whoever designed this, specifically the water physics, why? Do you hate us? What did we do to you? What did we do to you? Okay, I'm gonna get this done, and then we're gonna go figure out the timer. But we're making progress. There's a kill chamber. There's this thing down here where they all just kind of fall on these things, and it should collect. Look at that. It should collect everything. Should be all fine and dandy. And if I leave too far from here, in theory, stuff should start to spawn in there. But I need to get this puppy finished before it gets too much crazier. Because, yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Alrighty, by science, I think we've done it. We've got this lovely monstrosity. Everything up here is spawn-proofed. This little Duma flicker does, in fact, act as a timer. It's a little faster than I would want it to be, but once again, we have free cam, so we're going to look at this. And so when it hits it, it should, flushes out the space, which is great. And anything that spawns in here should get shoved down into that and be all dandy and wonderful. So this now exists, and I'm going to work on some other tasks in the area. Let's actually take you with me for some of them. Oh my gosh, my pockets are so full. I did not need that many signs. Oh well. But a couple of things. One, we're going to go harvest all this sugarcane and try and disperse a bunch of it because it's going to be, we're going to need a lot of it. We're going to need a lot of it. That is for sure. So let's take some stuff off the hotbar. Take our sugarcane. Let's plant as much of it as we can, and then we will also feed some cows, because that is unfortunately necessary. Now, the one thing I'm running into is I have not picked an area to put an enchanter. And in theory, I should just be able to stick it somewhere. I did not make my boat big enough to put it in there, I don't think. So that is unfortunately out of the question as a place to place it. And otherwise, I don't really have a spot that it could logistically go right now. Now, the one other thought is I could dig out a little bit more of a space under where the collection center for the mob farm is. That is an option. Or we could do something down here in our cave. Both are valid, both are options. Either way, we need a bunch of bookshelves before we can call it good. But we are definitely moving in the right direction. I still don't have enough levels anyway to actually get a high level enchant anyway. Then again, the only diamond tool I have so far is a pick, and that tends to be pretty standard as your starting one. And I guess at this point, while I would prefer to have a silk touch pick, a fortune pick is going to get us much further in terms of like growth. I don't usually play in a way that would require me to use an enchanter. I usually am someone who profoundly prefers villagers and uses villages to the utmost of their capacity. So for me, not having access to the ability just to stick together an iron farm super quick and toss a bunch of villagers in a hole is definitely throwing me for a loop in terms of how I'm going to go about this. Now, in theory, I could go on an adventure, go find someone, drag them back here, but that just kind of takes the joy out of it, and I feel like having to go about it this way is probably for the best. I think what my goal is going to be is to get the basics. So get enchanted diamond gear via the enchanting system, and then try to get better enchanted stuff by getting to the nether, getting the supplies I need to make a potion of weakness, and then heal villagers that way. Now I'm curious, because I don't know if villagers are cured and bred in a mangrove biome, do they get the swamp texture for their clothes? I don't know, and I am very curious, and I'm kind of hoping they do, because the swamp texture is kind of cool. It's like a purple and green, they wear a little leaf hat. So I think that's pretty nifty, and I'm kind of hoping that's the case. So, oh, hello, please breed the cows. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that's the case. I'm also still laughing at these frogs still being in this tree. Murder. 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 Muera. Glorious. We will need so much leather. It's not even funny. Enchanting system is not getting set up for this episode. That will have to be a next time thing. But we are heading in the right direction. It may be slow, but it sure do be steady. We are getting somewhere, that is for sure. Now, the one thing I have considered that I need to do is that thing in theory, the best way to run it is 90 blocks above it. Now, we could do that over the water. That's the safest place to do it. We could try and build some sort of platform there. But I'm contemplating if it's even worth it. If I'm standing over here, are we getting any spawns? I'm not seeing anything. But I'm also suspecting that because all these caves down here are not lit up, that could be affecting it. So I'm not going to put too much weight on it. I'm just going to hope and see if something changes or happens. Which is probably a little optimistic. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It exists now, so in theory it should be able to do some good for us without too much effort or too much pressure towards it to get it done. So, yay and nay. We shall see how it goes in total in theory. I'm going to let it go for a bit more before we just see how it's doing. But I think that's honestly a great start for that. Oh, we should, before we do anything else, craft. I don't have enough paper for it. We can make it. We're going to make the paper happen. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to go steal back 3 of those sugarcane just so we can make 1 book to make the enchanter so I can say I made it. And then we will get the rest of the setup figured out later. Because I got to AFK or spend some time doing other stuff while that... Oh, that's such a lovely fish. Hold on. Come back here. You're mine now. Oh, hey, look. I forgot that was an achievement. This is my fish now. I will observe this fish more later. Actually, wait, I can put it right here. Look how cute that is. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Whew, that was close. I'm keeping this fish. I got distracted. It's super cute. It's mine now. Okay. So, start with that. Make paper. Make book. Make enchanter. Look at this beauty. Look at this. Look at that thing. We shall cause so much chaos with this item alone. Alright, let's stick our valuables back in the box. Oh my goodness, what a day. Okay, I'm gonna let those farms run. I'm gonna let the stuff grow. And we're gonna be right back as soon as I have some like results as to how those things went. Hopefully they go well. With great anticipation and profound amounts of chaos, we have built a little thing. Oh, it's dark. Built a thing up here so that this could hopefully run a little better. Oh, look at all the mobs over there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get down and try not to hit a lily pad and sleep because it's scary out. But we run this thing for a little bit. As you can tell, everything is fully grown, so it's been running for a while. I think it's been probably 40 minutes of it running. Once again, mine is not built to full fruition, and I was looking at it, trying to figure out if there's anything we could do to fix it, make it better. And I'm realizing that it might make more sense to lower the, what are they called? Oh shoot, campfires a little bit more, just because I think that they're fully lighting up this base level. So, let's go see if we have gotten anything, and I mean anything, of use. Hey! That's not bad. Now the really important question. Do I make a bow or a fishing rod first? I'm going to say fishing rod. Fishing rod gives us the ability to catch bows and better fishing rods. So, we're going to make the fishing rod. But oh my gosh, it's working. That was a lot of gunpowder too. I'm very happy with that. Like, I don't have sand. Yeah, I don't have sand. So, like, we can't make TNT. But I don't need TNT yet, so... Either way, profoundly exciting. I know it's not, like, the fastest machine in the world, but I don't need that. I got my little thing. Hello. Please fish. Come on. Come on, let's get that achievement. Let's get that achievement. That's the perfect bow on this. And then I can do a bunch of fishing later. I don't want that, but that's wonderful. Actually, for once in my life, Frostwalker might actually be useful. Because we're in a water-filled area, and having to jump through and out of all the water is a little obnoxious. So honestly, Frostwalker might be great. I've never considered the benefits of Frostwalker in like a mangrove or a swamp. Huh. I like, you know, the server, the world said this is what you need. And I'll embrace that. We did it. We did it, guys. We did it. We got the thing. I did the thing. Oh my goodness. I did the thing. That thing's gonna work for us, which is great. This has been awesome. We've done so much. Frostwalker. I hadn't considered that, but that might honestly be worthwhile. I'm stoked. This is great. Oh my goodness. Yay. But we've got the working farm. We've got a bunch of stuff. We got the stuff for enchanter. We are well on our way to setting up an enchanting system. I think what I'm going to have to do is build some sort of hut, and I think I'll do like a hut on stilts over here, and that will be where we keep our enchanting setup. I think that is a great start for all of this. This has been an absolute blast, and thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Now remember, take care, drink some water, and I will keep on working. So you have a lovely rest of your day. Goodbye now.